I remember a time in my life that I experienced such pain, brokenness, and betrayal. I wondered, how can someone experience such pain? How can the heart feel such brokenness and go on with life as though nothing happened? Why do some people hurt others? These questions raced through my mind, how my heart ached to be healed. I think more often than not, as human beings, we go through life with incredible scars of pain, brokenness, and emptiness. And we wonder, why such suffering and pain? Why such emptiness? Will the scars we experience remain forever? In a world where pain, betrayal, and going through life with emotional scars seems to be what's normal, the one fundamental question that often goes through our minds is God able to heal the scars we experience? At least it did in my mind when I experienced pain, brokenness, and betrayal. Through this journey in quest for healing, I discovered several things from a book that has inspired, challenged, and transformed my life. It's the Bible. I discovered through this experience how much I needed to find answers to my questions, and the Bible was the only book that began to give me peace as I searched for answers. So what exactly did God do? He gave me this idea: come talk to me like you're going to a counselor for counseling sessions every day. Just sit and talk to me about your pain, what you're thinking. Tell me everything. And every day, I would call it my therapy sessions with God. I would sit and tell God everything I was thinking and feeling about the situation for as long as I just needed to talk. These words resonated deeply. Trust in Him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us, Selah. I also came across a book compilation called Mind, Character, and Personality. I would pick up certain chapters that drew my attention and read from the book. What's so amazing is that as I was pouring out my heart to God, He was renewing my mind, and today science shows that when we stop feeding the nerve pathway of whatever experience, addiction, or habit, you are starving that particular nerve pathway, and soon after time, the pathway dies because you stopped feeding it by changing and creating new nerve pathways. In my case, as I was surrendering my emotional pain to God, He was renewing my mind, and soon one day I had the memory of the experience without the emotional or mental pain. Does God heal our pain or hurt? A resounding yes. Does it happen immediately? No. Sometimes it takes a while. It may be weeks, months, or even years. But God heals our scars. One thing remains for sure. Through the process of healing the scars, God passes through every experience we go through and experiences with us the pain. Here's a promise I found from that book called the Bible. Isaiah 63 verse 9 says, "In all our affliction He was afflicted, and the angel of His presence saved them. In His love and in His pity He redeemed them, and He bore them and carried them all the days of old." How does God experience the pain and suffering that we go through? How does He heal the scars? According to the book, the Bible, God sent His Son Jesus to come to earth to identify Himself with humanity's frailties. Everything we will ever experience or have gone through, Jesus has experienced, and He can offer this promise with assurance because He has walked in our moccasins, as it were. He promises to take our pain or hurt and make something beautiful out of the scars. Isaiah 61 verse 3 says, "To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness." Remember how science shows how new pathways are created as we surrender the old nerve pathways? There's a story of a day when for time and eternity, the greatest exchange took place on a hill called Golgotha through the man who changed the course of history for humanity's eternal good. Isaiah 53 verse 5 says, But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. So what 3 dynamic lessons did I learn and continue to find comfort and healing in today? First thing, God does not afflict. Second, God makes beauty out of ashes and the scars that we experience. And third, God promises that soon there will come a time when there shall be no more pain. Our scars will be forever gone and never come to mind. God does not put a band-aid over our pain or hurt. He actually heals the pain and hurt now and in the future for eternity. Revelation 21 verse 4 says, "And God shall wipe away all tears from our eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there come any more pain, for the former things are passed away." In eternity to come, there is one person who will forever bear my scars, our scars, Jesus. Zechariah 13 verse 6 says, "And one will say unto him, What are these wounds between your hands? Then he will answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends."